Alright, welcome to the video. We're going to be talking about story and characters. Now, I know what you're thinking. Crystals again? Well, you're in for a treat, because the story of Final Fantasy XVI is one of the most beautifully crafted pieces of art I have ever had the pleasure of enjoying in the last 5 years. No, seriously. There's something about the crystals that makes your adventure more epic, more nostalgic. Maybe it's because since the very first Final Fantasy games, there was talk of crystals. I don't know, and nostalgia factors in resonates strong in this game. So, anyway, the story is beautifully executed, very well written. I like how the time skips happen, and in the game, it gets you to experience it in advance little by little. It's not, they don't just throw everything at you in the span of, say, 5 hours for the storytelling in the hopes of it sticking, as they usually say. No. They give you a little bit at a time. They let you chew it, they let you digest it, they let you assimilate it, and they let you meditate upon it. That is what I like to call a fabulous story. Good pace, well written, nothing rushed. Now, this is of course a spoiler-free video, or a series of videos, so I'm not gonna say anything at all, but when it comes to story, the story is engaging, it's exciting, it's emotional. It makes you feel a lot of things that like I said, most games don't do nothing for me nowadays. The story of Final Fantasy XVI is just that good. It's rich, it's great, it deserves to be experienced and played. Now for the characters are on another level altogether. They are all well written. We talk about some of the characters of the game. We have Clive Rosfield, the main protagonist. He, for example, he starts off as teen, a 15-year-old teen, training with his wooden sword, and all he wants to do is become Rosaria's first shield, or rather the first shield to the Phoenix, the dominant of the Phoenix, who in turn is his little brother Joshua Rosfield. Just that alone makes you feel all fuzzy inside, because this teen wants to protect his younger sibling. He takes up the sword and starts practicing. Clive is a very down-to-earth individual. He's not stubborn, he's not a moron, he's not proud, he's not mean, he's just Clive Rosfield. He just wants to protect his kingdom. There's events occurring in the story, but like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything. But you will see this man's transformation. You will live his transformation, his evolution. You can feel his pain. You can feel what drives his sword. You want to know more you want to know more what's next for Clive Rosfield. That I applaud. The character writing of this game is beautifully executed. Now let me talk to you a little bit about Joshua Rosfield. Joshua Rosfield is the dominant of the Phoenix. Basically, a dominant is a person, a human being in this universe that inherited a summon. You all know summons, right? A summon, or an eidolon, or an aeon. Exactly. This person can command a summon. Um, there are at least a handful of individuals in this universe that command these sacred beasts, I'm calling them. You got your Garudas, you got your Titans, you got your Shivas, you got your Bahamets, you got your Ifrits, you got your Leviathans, you got everything in this game. Did I mention Odin? You got your Odin too. Now, Joshua Rosfield is Clive's blood brother. Now, Jill Warrick, excuse me, Warrick. Jill is a sweet little girl that was taken into the Rosfield family from the Northern Territories when uh, they invaded the Northern Territories. So Jill, alongside with Clive and Joshua, embark on a journey in saving the realm. Jill is, from a young age, has shown to be exceptionally beautiful, very sweet, and caring. Because when Clive gets his first mission to take out a Morbol, this is a Marlboro but misspelled, so they already confirmed this, a Morbol. She is genuinely worried about him and wishes upon a star for him to come back to her later. Later, we see a character development like any other Final Fantasy development between, indeed, Jill and Clive. And yes, you heard me right, Jill and Clive. I'll leave it at that. If you are curious, go ahead and pick up the game and play it. It's worth it. Now, Torgal. Who's Torgal? Torgal is your pet dog. A cute, fluffy doggo that Jill carries in her arms at the beginning of the story. He's just a pup that later on transforms into a not so cute, fluffy doggo that you can carry on your arms. As I said, I will not spoil anything, but the game and the story has to advance, so naturally he is one of your trusted party members. A mystery dog in all its right. And I gotta say, a first for a Final Fantasy party member. I know we had Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII, and I think we have, what was that Yeti thing called in the Final Fantasy VI? Umaro, or however you want to call it, lol. The cool thing about Torgal, though, is that you can execute combos with him to pummel your enemies, making the action more enjoyable. Man's best friend. Next up is Dion Lesage. Oh boy, Dion. Listen, I gotta say, there's a particular cutscene involving Dion and his right hand. Can't remember his name right now. And while I've seen my share of situations across a multitude of video games, say with diverse sexual preferences, this is a first for me. And I dare say a first for a Final Fantasy if memory serves me right, where an explicit act is performed on camera. Are you curious? Well then go play the game. Is it a deal breaker? Most definitely not. But I think it's worth mentioning for the video just to point out the fact that Square Enix came out full force with the writing on this game. Commendable and weird at the same time. This doesn't affect my final score. That's it for this part 1 video. Like, comment, and subscribe for part 2. Cheers.